How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Hope I got your name correctly. Is it Sunday Anene or how?
Sunday Anene.
Anene. I said Anene. Oh my goodness. Good to have you. Good to have you. Now let's get into the conversation.
Yeah.
Clearing and forwarding. You've been in the business for how long?
For 20 years now.
20 years. That's long. What's the name of your company?
Yeah, that is Holy Cup Dynamic Services.
And Holy Cup Dynamic Services have been in service for 20 years.
No.
Okay.
Me as a person, me as an individual, I've been in the industry for that of 20 years. But my company is about 5 years now.
Okay, registered.
Yeah, registered.
5 years. So how did you find yourself in forwarding and clearing? How did it all start?
Well, not far from our way of life. I'm from the East.
Yes.
So the normal apprenticeship thing, finished school, got myself involved, Although I have passion for that, it's kind of something that I like doing. So I was trained by a relation.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked with him. I was the operation manager in his company. So after I've, become expert in the industry, in the field, so he allowed me to set up my own, to be on my own, and that was how I began to work on my own.
That's great. Now, what is your business all about? This clearing and forwarding. For people that don't really know, what do you do?
Well, our duty is like we are in between government and the importers. Our job is to process documents, to present the document to the customs, and to make sure that there are no discrepancies in the documentation, so that when the customs begin now to examine the actual product and the documents you present, everything will go in line and you will not have much issues with them, and there will be no reason for demurrage and all the rest, and things work well. So our duty is to prepare the documents and to make sure that there are no discrepancies, that what you are presenting is how it should be. And once that is done, you are good to go.
Now, can I do the business as an importer without an agent, a clearing and forwarding agent? Can I do it myself?
For now, I wouldn't say it's possible, because there are lots of processes and there are things you need to know, before you can be able to clear your cargoes.
Okay, that's good to know. Now, I want to know the first document an intending importer need to have. What is that document? The first document.
Yeah, once you have that mind of, or once you are ready for importation.
Yes.
There is this document that is known as Form M.
Form M.
Yeah, Form M, which you must get from your bank. It is from this Form M that you indicate what you want to bring into the country. So that is the first document you need to get as an intended importer.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Whoa. So without the Form M, you can't really clear your...
Without the Form M, you can't clear your goods.
And then where do you get the Form M?
You get it from your bank.
Okay, from your bank. Now, what is duty? We hear a lot about duty, that you need to pay your duty. There's duty. I don't really understand it.
Yes. The duty is the tax you pay to government for bringing in any kind of goods, whatever you are bringing into the country. There is a particular tax you pay for each and every item. So it is when you now sum up the amount, that is what makes up the duty.
So who will sum the amount? Who helps to evaluate to say, okay, this is how much you're paying? And
The custom specify the tax for each item. Now with the agent, we are trained in it. We now know how to calculate, and assuming you are bringing in something like plumbing. Yeah. Most plumbing items are 20% duty rate with VAT. Then after that, you have what we call 1% CIS. You have 5% ECOWAS. You have 7% port charges and all the rest. So when you now bring all this together, it now makes up the duty you are paying for such item.
Wow, that's why it's good to have an agent, because you can't really
do all
of this
yeah. Now you get it.
Yeah. So what about DN? Because I hear about DN too.
Okay, DN is in customs you have there are different units. Okay, you have valuation, you have CIU, you have so many units. So, but that valuations are people who takes charge of calculating the actual value you are supposed to pay for every item. So you may based on your own calculation, okay, you pay certain amount of money, but from their own calculation, they may decide that from their own calculation that you underpaid, that your payment didn't get to how much it's supposed to be. Okay?
Yeah.
So in such situation, they will now raise what is called demand notice. That demand notice is what you call DN.
Okay.
So, and the basic thing is for you to add up to what you have paid to complete what you are supposed to pay.
Okay, I get you now. But why does it take long for me to be able to clear containers? Sometimes it takes long before containers are cleared.
That is why it's important. Every importer should deal with a trained agent, because most times why it takes long is because the documentations are not well done, and when there are discrepancies, there will be room for suspicion. So when you now present your document, the customs are not satisfied with it, and they will now begin to ask several questions. At times after examination, they will ask you to go and drop again, that they want to re-examine, that they are not satisfied with what your document is saying is different from what you have in your cargo, in your container. At times, what you have in your Form M is different from what you have on your bill lading. What you have on your bill lading is different from what you have on par. So when you have all these discrepancies, it takes longer time before you now be able to correct them, and that is usually why it takes longer time than necessary to clear.
And that is why they need someone like you.
Sure, yeah.
To come to Holy Corp Dynamic Services.
Yeah.
So if where are you located?
Well, we are located at Apapa. Our office is located at Apapa 1/3 Creek Road, Apapa, popularly known as Neo Building, opposite the Premier Port, MPA Gate.
Now, the phone numbers to get to you. If I'm having issues now with my container, can you help me out? Having issues bringing it into the country or clearing it?
That is our duty. That is our job. Among our clients are foreign investors, Nigerians of different ethnic group.
Whether big or small, you handle everything.
Whatever big or whatever size it is, that is our duty. We have been in it for years now. We have so many of them, big time importers that are bringing goods and bringing container in big number.
Okay, let's have your phone numbers. So give out your phone numbers so that someone that needs you right now can call and go do the business with you.
Well, my numbers are 070 60 58 2482. Another one is 081 46103219.
Okay, great. Now, to continue the conversation, I want to know why a lot of people talk bad about customs. They say custom did this, custom impound my goods, custom. I would like you to clear that, because you work with these people.
Not really custom. Maybe you want to say customs agent.
Yeah, custom agents. But they usually call them custom, not. They don't even put the agent, say, custom, impound my this, custom.
Okay. Well, customs are doing their job. Although there are some of them that are doing it with bad mind. Okay? But most of them are doing it with human face. So, but where you have problem are the agent, the practitioner, some of us who practice, who does the job, who does the clearing. Okay, there are some of them, their job is not to offer service. Their job is not to make their client have that satisfaction, just to make money. So even before ever they collect the job, they have already in their mind determined this is how much they are going to make. So when they now get that job, they begin to formulate lies. They begin to formulate lies and begin to find means to extort money from their clients. So, and these are things that has been going on, and that is why some importers do tag agents as people that are, dubious and all that.
Now that you've cleared that, it's very important that people get to know that the customs that you work with that are not that are fake, it's they are the bad eggs in the service. We have the ones that are upright. Now, how do you identify a good clearing and forwarding agent? Because we have different companies that say they are into clearing and forwarding. How do you know this one is genuine, this one is fake? How do I identify, differentiate them?
There are so many ways to identify. One, the person has to have a verifiable place where he does his business, and again, you need to have information as regard the person, how he has done one or two with other people and all that, and that is it. And that's why we are here, to make people know that we are there, and that it's not every one of us that are bad. As you have good people in every profession, so do you have bad people too in every profession. So
good. Now, importers listening to us right now, I know they would like to contact you after this program, but I want to know what differentiates you from other people in this same business. Do you operate differently? Why should they come to you for clearing and forwarding?
Well, one, in a nutshell, they should come to us because we are our business, our company is based on integrity. Like I told you, we have been in the business for quite some time, and we have so many clients that we work for, both foreign investors and Nigerians alike. And why they should come to us is because first of all, we tell them what they need to do in order for them not to have their container delayed in the port. We are open. Our place of business is at a place that is not hard to locate. Once you get to Apapa, you 1/3 Creek Road is a popular place.
1/3.
Yeah.
1/3. Okay.
It's a popular place at Apapa, so we are open, and
When they get there, who should they ask for? Because that 1/3, I know they will have a lot of people around. How can I locate you and your business?
Well, if you ask about my company, it's popular. If you my particular office is 131 apartment 131.
Okay.
Apartment
131. Okay.
Yeah.
Holy Cup Dynamic Services.
Yeah.
It's the somebody's there.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. And now, if my papers are correct, how long will it take me to be able to clear my container?
Well, on our side,
Yes.
it takes 7 working days. But due to logistic issues, for a truck to get into the port, be it Apapa or Tinkan, at times it takes up to 3 days. Okay? So all that sums up to the time that the delivery is taken. Because even if you have finished your job with the customs, the container is not yet delivered. So you still need the truck to get into the port for loading and onward delivery. So based on that, let's just say approximately 10 working days.
And then you get your
container delivered at your warehouse.
Oh, so you deliver to the warehouse?
Sure.
Wow. So you have what can deliver the container to my own, wherever the warehouse is in?
Wherever the warehouse is.
In Lagos or in Nigeria?
Wherever it is in Nigeria, we'll deliver.
That's fantastic. Now let's have your contact number again for people that missed it the first time. Someone wants to contact you. Can you give us your phone number so we'll write it down?
Okay, that is 070 60 58 2482, and another one is 081 46 10 3219.
Oh, great. I hope you have his number already. Now, okay.
Our email address is third point 3. That is TODPOINT3@gmail.com.
Now, good. So if you have question for our guest today, he is into clearing and forwarding. He's a CEO of Holy Cup Dynamic Services. You've heard the phone number he's given. If you want to contact him for business, you can go right ahead. But if you have questions concerning forwarding, you want to clear your container, you want to ask him, please send me a message right now, 0700 903 903 903. That's for a call. For WhatsApp, it could be 0700 903 903 9. I think I have a caller here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you. Where you are, it's a bit noisy. Turn down the radio there.
I'm the boss. I'm getting my business.
Okay.
My name is Shizuka. I'm calling. I'm at Akota Express.
Okay.
I'm going to my warehouse now.
Okay.
I want to ask that brother something.
Okay.
Because I have 6 importers. 5 is German, 1 is Austria. But that one is also used to send in container at Congo. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, you're following the question he's asking. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so that one person out there also used to send at Congo. So when I answer the question, he told me that Congo government, they don't want to do anything like agent. Because anytime the organization ship the company at Europe there, we go to Congo, if you came back from Congo, usually that year not when they are clear without any agent. But because of our country are very, very, they turn out there, that's why they have agents. I don't know how somebody.
So what is your question? You want to know what? Be specific so we can answer.
I want to know why are they use for agents for here and click on that? That's why something is false.
Okay.
Why are they using agents and send and click somebody who's here?
Okay, thank you very much. You'd have been very straightforward with your question for easy answering. Thank you for answering the question. You get it. So why are we using agents in Nigeria when in Congo they don't use agents? I don't know if you want to answer.
Well, we are not in Congo. This is Nigeria. And
if you want your goods here,
I don't know how Congo operate. I'm in Nigeria, so in Nigeria here, most of the times, some of our importers, they are big in their business, so and they wouldn't leave what other things they are doing to be, running around the port and all that, and doing what other persons can do, and they get their goods delivered at their warehouse.
Okay, let's take one more call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
To you. Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
Yeah, what's your name?
Yeah. Please, I want.
Your line is
Hello?
not. I can hear you. Go straight to the question.
Okay, my question is that why is it why one can kill a container here, and after killing it and carry your container, maybe you are going down to east, you will see pay the custom along the line. Hence, you have killed the container and pay a lot of money here. Why? That's
Okay.
my question, please. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Did you get the question?
Yeah.
Okay, please.
Okay, that happens when your agent does what is called transfer of value. Maybe when you're supposed to pay 20% item and you end up paying 10%. So along the line when your goods is on transit, the customs may stop you. When they go through your what you have in your container and go through your paper, they will not tell you that you did not pay enough.
Okay, so that's why you have those kind of issues. But if you work with a good agent that can clear your goods properly, you have your papers, then you give it to them, they'll let you go.
Yeah.
Can we take one more call before we go? Let's see if we could, because the phone lines are buzzing. They want to. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good
Thank you very much.
Yes. What's your name? Straight to your question because of time.
Give that phone number again, please.
Okay, his phone number. Okay. We'll call it again. Yeah, good. We even have someone asking here that please, they want to have your WhatsApp number and your phone number. So can you call the number? Call it slowly so that they can write it down.
Okay, let me start with the WhatsApp number. The WhatsApp number is 070 60 58 24 82. Yeah.
That's for WhatsApp.
That's for WhatsApp.
Okay.
And the other line is 081 46 10 32 19.
Okay. Now you have it. So you could call him and then you get to talk and do business. Thank you so much for coming on the program today. We've been speaking with Mr. Sunday Anene.
It's like sounds Benin.
I'm coming because I'm from that part. So
Okay.
Anene.
Yeah.
Mr. Sunday Anene. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you too.
Okay, do not go anywhere. We'll continue after this. We want to go for a commercial break. When we come back, Business Around Town continues.
Are you looking for the perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, Lagos, number 42, Muritala Muhammad International Airport Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in a beautifully appointed rooms featuring all the amenities you need for a comfortable stay.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your everyday need is met. We also offer complimentary pick-up and drop-off from the Lagos Airport.
Take advantage of our state-of-the-art fitness center, outdoor pool, and enjoy a delicious meal at our on-site restaurant.
With stunning views, world-class service, and a prime location, Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, Lagos is the perfect choice for your next vacation or business trip.
So, why wait? Book your stay today and experience ultimate in comfort and luxury at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel.
For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-8003-333 or 0815-7003-333. You can visit our website at airportgoldentuliphotel.com.
Airport Golden Tulip Hotel. where luxury meets comfort. Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less. The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and cold berry ice cream, light in every scoop. Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and cold berry ice cream at 11 Road by First Avenue, First Town, 28 at Denira Ogunsanya Street, Surulere, 13 at Marintu Way, Lekki Phase 1. Romeo's Pizza and cold berry ice cream. Romeo, the pizza champions.
We understand that having no financial stability can be very frustrating as it limits your possibilities in life. So it's important that you take hold of your finances today. There are 1,001 ways you can get started. All you need is a guide. VOP has acknowledged this need and has provided a solution. Mary Onaife Debbie invites experts across various fields, and they are dedicated to helping you create lasting revenue. Join Business Around Town every week, Mondays to Fridays at 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Voice of the People, now you have a voice. There's no enabling environment.
The government isn't helping.
Transportation is tough.
Raw materials are expensive.
But guess what? People are still making it big in this same country. Want to know how? Join Mary Onaife Debbie on Business Around Town to find out practical ways you can take a hold of your finances and turn it around.
To succeed in business, you have to be a good negotiator. Negotiation helps you get good deals with your customers, with employees, with your suppliers, with investors, and even with the banks. So one important rule of negotiation is to know when to walk away from a bad deal. So don't invest your ego or emotions in a negotiation. Always have a backup plan and identify other alternatives in advance. So be sure about what you're not willing to lose and know when to walk away from a bad deal. My name is John Paul Iwoha. Join me on VOP 90.3 FM every Thursday at 9:30 a.m. to learn more insights and strategies that will help you build a successful business.
Listening to Business Around Town on the radio, Voice of the People 90.3 FM. It's 6 minutes past 10, and I have the business activator himself in the studios with me. And today we'll be looking at the topic that we started last week, and that is upper week. That is 2 weeks ago. Yes, it is secret of successful business ideas. Secret of successful business ideas. Now, we've looked at the problems, we've looked at market demands. Today we are going to look at something else. What is the secret of a good business idea? Now, before we go into the conversation, let me tell you a little bit about our guest this morning. John Paul Iwoha is a business activator who works with entrepreneurs to fix tough problems, business problems, and unlock the potentials of a startup and growth stage businesses. And for more than a decade, he has helped dozens of entrepreneurs start new businesses, raise funds, grow sales, optimize business models, and solve capital human capital and growth problems. His clients are active in industries that range from agribusiness, tech to retail, healthcare, manufacturing, energy, financial services, and other sectors. And John Paul is an alumnus of PwC, holds a degree in mechanical engineering, and qualified as a chartered certified accountant. Now, you wonder how an engineer becomes a chartered accountant. That's a story that's a long story we'll talk about another day. Now, he's also a frequent speaker, a trainer, and judge who works with business networks and entrepreneurial focused organization. In the last decade, he has trained hundreds of entrepreneurs in partnership with organizations that include AWE Europe, the Sun Business Network, the Roddenberry Foundation, the African Women Innovation and Entrepreneurship Forum, and several others. He has been featured on several media platforms, including CNN, TRT World, the Huffington Post, Fidelity Bank, SME Forum, and the African Diaspora News Channel, and other platforms too. And in 2018, he was recognized by LinkedIn as a top voice on startups and entrepreneurship. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so yes, it's great. Now we have limited time. We have limited time today, so let's just get into it. Secret of successful business idea. I was almost biting my tongue when I was introducing the topic. So you've talked about problem, the market demand. Now you said market gaps.
Yes, market gaps.
It's one of the secrets of successful business ideas. So
yes.
please, we need explanations.
Okay, so if I would recap so that it leads into this topic.
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay.
Loud and clear.
Yeah, so the first one we talked about is problems. The volume is really high.
Okay, go ahead.
The first one we talked about is problems. Any business idea that is built on a problem is very likely going to succeed, because problems are a major motivation for anybody who wants to buy something. If you have a problem, there's a strong motivation to solve that problem. And if it requires money, you are more likely to spend that money. Just think of any major problem that people may encounter. You see that they are very eager, they are very motivated to solve the problem. The second secret is market demand. Anything that people are asking for, it is easier to make money from that thing than to try to introduce a product and sell it to people and see whether they want it. It is easier to sell what people already want than to try to sell something that you think people want or you think you're going to convince them to want. Today's topic will be around market gaps. And market gaps are an interesting way to look at business ideas and opportunities, because these are things that happen within the environment that many people do not notice at the same time. Or even when we notice it, we see it as a problem, or we see it as an issue, or we complain about it, but these are actually opportunities that are opening up in the market. Let me use some examples that people will be able to relate to. When the Lagos State government banned Okada in Lagos State, it instantly created a market gap, because all of a sudden, before motorcycles, I wasn't seeing a lot of Korope in Lagos. It was as if they showed up from nowhere. Who do you think imports Korope? It's a human being, it's a person. And that person's business was built on a market gap. And that gap was created by a law that came out one day, and the government said, we don't want to see motorcycles. That same law killed some businesses, the businesses that were doing like your ride share for motorcycles.
Yeah.
It killed those ones, but it also created some other businesses. Now, some people might look at this and say, it's in the past. Let me give you an example of a gap that is going on right now. So that you see how gaps happen. When gaps happen, a lot of people see it, but they complain about it. But it's actually a gap that is creating opportunity. I was in Abuja recently, and we stopped at a petrol station, and I noticed a long line of cars that were going into a garage. And there was something interesting I noticed. Instead of putting the fuel inside the fuel tank of the car, all these cars had their bonnets open. So the fuel they were putting inside the car was from the bonnet, not from the fuel tank. I'm like, what's going on here? So I stopped. Usually when I see these things, I have to. So I went there and they said, this is the only place right now in Abuja, I think there are about 2 of them, where they do conversion from petrol cars to gas, to CNG. And I started talking to some of the people driving the cars. The guy was in Abuja there, but he said he was going to
he was going to Lokoja. And I'm like, can you show me the cylinder? So he stopped, the nice gentleman, opened the boot. I saw this big fat cylinder in the boot of this Toyota Camry. And I said, if you fill up this thing, how long will it take you? He said, it depends on how intensively you run, but this thing can take him to Lokoja and still remain. So right now, the complaint is that petrol price is going high.
Yes.
And I will fathom that it will keep going high. Now the government is saying they don't want to subsidize, or we don't have money anymore to subsidize it. So the market gap is that petrol gradually is ceding ground to gas. But that gas is not being, that opportunity is not being exploited even by government, or most, it's being exploited by private individuals. There are people right now that are importing petrol to gas conversion kits into Nigeria. There are people that have already set up service stations where they are doing that conversion. And when I asked, for now, it's as at the time I saw that thing happening in Abuja, it was about 350, 400. That's how much they are doing the conversion. Imagine how many cars are in Lagos. Just even if you do like 10% of that, and those people are running on gas. So it's not just about the conversion. There's money to be made from conversion. There's money to be made from maintenance and repairs of those systems. There's money to be made from supplying the gas itself. So that's an example of a market gap. Market gaps can happen because government wakes up one day and changes a law. Or market gaps can happen because consumer preferences or consumer tastes change. Market gaps can happen because of a natural disaster or something happens. So these are sudden changes that happen in the market that create opportunity. Another opportunity I want to talk about right now is a market gap that is happening because imported products, which we are very dependent on as a country, are becoming far more expensive. So anybody or any business that depends on imported goods right now is looking for an alternative. If you want to remain in business and make any sort of profits, you cannot continue buying all these imported goods at the high price at which they are going. So I'm not talking about the consumer goods, because if you take luxury items, phones, clothing, even fashion accessories, cosmetic items, I would fathom that no matter how high those things go, there are still people that must still buy them. But the people I'm talking about are people that import things into Nigeria as raw materials to produce their goods. Companies that import raw materials. The market gap right now is that if you can substitute some of those things that they are importing from outside, you have an advantage, and that creates a business opportunity for you. Because a business would, if you show a business that right now you're importing this thing from China and you're importing it at $15, and right now if you do the conversion it's 15,000 naira, the one I'm producing locally is about 70% of the quality of what you get from China, but I can supply it to you at 6,000 or 7,500, and it's a local substitute. A company that needs to make money will listen to that. So that is another market gap that is going on right now. So people need to be observant, because we are, one of the advantages of being in an emerging economy like places in Africa, Nigeria, is that things change very fast, and that's because we are still developing. So change is going to come with the development. But the natural reaction to change is that when it happens, people will say, oh, they complain, they resist the change, things like that. But then those changes also create market gaps. These kinds of gaps are not common in developed countries. Europe is already built up. America is already built up. Before changes happen, it can be difficult, because the laws are already very strong, governance, all those. So you can't easily just come and shake up the system. But in Africa, in Nigeria, we are still developing. So a lot of change can happen. And as those changes are happening, it's creating opportunity for those people who are looking on the right side of that change. So you can think of anything that we're complaining about right now, either because of government or because of consumers or because of our environment, the way things are changing. Those things are creating gaps right now that some people are exploiting. And I've seen it before my very eyes. I saw solar become something that most people will be like, what is that? So right now, you see the way solar is seeping in, because gradually the changes that are happening, they are now making solar and inverter more cost competitive compared to the alternative. Now I'm seeing the same thing happening with gas, both for vehicles and for cooking gas. You will notice that people that fry akara and people that do palm put are now using gas.
Most of them are using gas.
Most of them are now using gas. Before now, it was unthinkable. They would be like, gas is for a big man. But now those changes are happening, and it is human beings like you and I that are making money from those opportunities. While people are complaining, they are the ones who are, okay, petrol is not expensive. Oh, it's not getting to 700. The more petrol is getting to 700, 800, I can guarantee you that those businesses that are looking for market gaps are taking advantage of it. So the reason why cooking gas entered, if people can think well, is that all of a sudden the price of kerosene just took off and joined diesel almost. So kerosene became so expensive, and that created a market gap. And that gap was for cooking gas. So we started seeing cooking gas of 2.5 kg. We started seeing 5 kg small ones with burner on top. They subsidized it, they made it better, So those are market gaps. Things that happen that take people by surprise, create inconvenience, create discomfort, but they also create opportunity. Because when people are uncomfortable, they will be looking for a solution. And that is where opportunities are created, when there is a market gap. Yeah.
Now, before we go into more questioning, I want you to go to www.activatorhq.com/903FM. www.activatorhq.com/903FM. There you will see a free resource for you. We're giving out a free book on all of what we're talking about ideas. So you will see, when you open it, you're going to see a page that will say Business Strategy Group VOP 90.3 FM. So there is a WhatsApp channel there that I want you to join. It's a VOP WhatsApp channel. Just click on it, and then you join the WhatsApp group. It's a channel. It's not a group, it's a channel. Just follow the channel and download this free resource for you. Be part of that channel, because something big is going to happen soon. And if you're a member of this discussion, a member of VOP, VOP community, you should get on this channel, especially if you are interested in business. So the website is www.activatorhq.com/903FM. Click on it. You will see view channel. So you click on the view channel on the page, you will see, and then follow the WhatsApp channel. So that's simple. So now back to the conversation. Secret of a good business idea. Now you've explained market gaps, and the market gaps are everywhere. You just have to focus, and then you see the gap and you fill it. But sometimes the market, the people are not ready for that gap that you want to fill. For example, you might be living in a street where you don't have a lot of water, and then they don't have water. So maybe it's okay, there's a gap here. My street, you don't have water, maybe no light. I want to start bringing a tanker to come and supply water. And then you bring in the tanker, and some of the people are not as interested as you thought, because they prefer the alternative. You're going to fetch from well and stuff like that. So it happens, right?
So
in filling a gap.
The one you're talking about is such that, because I was going to ask you, if they don't want that water you're bringing in the tank, is it that they don't use water at all? But then you mentioned that they have an alternative.
Yes.
If I have an alternative that is cheaper than what you're proposing, guess what? I will not listen to what you're telling me. But we're in an environment where it is clear the cost of gas is lower than the cost of petrol. I don't need to, there's not much talk there. It is self-evident. You are getting to a situation where using cooking gas is more economical for you than using firewood or charcoal. There's no argument. But when you have an alternative that is still accessible to me, then I'm not going to listen to you. Look at what happened in the case of rice. There was a market gap. Buhari just mentioned that the borders will be closed and no more rice was coming into the country. Even though Nigerians were already addicted to foreign rice, it was no longer as available. And even when it was available, it was very expensive. So that created the opportunity for the local rice to flourish. If you had brought in the local rice when the imported rice was still here, people would tell you no, they don't want local rice, they want imported rice. So a market gap happens when the desirable is no longer available. I think that's the best way to put it. When the desirable is no longer available, the available becomes the desire. And that is exactly what happens to market gaps. Either because government stands up and says, this thing that used to happen will no longer happen. That creates a market gap. Or there are changes in the environment that make it difficult. So if you look at the case of cooking gas, why is cooking gas becoming more desirable than firewood? Now, when people hear climate change, they think it's a foreign thing, but it is gradually getting to us. The availability of firewood is not as it used to be. You may still see wood, but our population is growing so fast and our consumption is growing so fast that we can no longer even keep pace with the supply of firewood into Lagos. By the time firewood comes from the hinterland deep into Lagos, the cost of firewood is so high that you're asking, is it not wood again? Just look at the people that are using wood to build. Wood has now become expensive because of deforestation, all these effects that we're talking about. That's a market gap. So there's somebody in Kenya who does a substitute for wooden poles, because many of the electricity poles they were using then wooden poles. So what she does is discarded the one you call sachet water, plastic. She will melt it, and there's a way she combines it to extrudes it to form poles. So instead of using wood, you use those are plastic for. So these are opportunities, and a lot of them will come out because, like I said, we are a developing country, and when you are still developing, a lot of change will happen. But the thing with change is that when it happens, many people look at it and say, hey, you're making our life more miserable. Oh, this thing is going to cause us difficulty. Oh, this is going to cause us discomfort. But there's a minority on the other side that is seeing the change that has just happened, and they're asking, where's the money in this change? So that's exactly the money. So if you ask me, where's the money in the change in the price of petrol right now? The money is in two places. It's in conversion to gas and is in solar. Because all of a sudden now, people that thought solar was more expensive are now comparing it to the cost of diesel. And all of a sudden, solar is looking at. There are people that sell solar powered freezers, refrigerators, and things like that. Those things are now making more sense. There are people that are now converting their generators to run on gas instead of petrol. It's now making more sense. That's where the money is in the change. So whenever a change happens, yes, the newspapers and media will carry why it is terrible. They will call experts, they will debate it. But as an entrepreneur, as a smart entrepreneur, I need you to sit back and ask, where's the money in this change? Because I can guarantee you, in emerging markets, in any developing country, once there is change, there is money. I don't even want to go into the macabre aspects of the economy of war, for example. Anywhere you see war, conflict, there is money on the other side. But that's not the kind of money I want to make, and that's not the kind of money I want people listening to this show to make. But I'm just need to give you an example of the worst kind of change, like war. You know, people made a lot of money from COVID. A lot of people died during COVID, but people made a lot of money from COVID. That's not the type I'm talking about. But I'm just need to show you that no matter how the change is, no matter how small, how bad, while many people are complaining about that change, there's a minority on the other side that is making money from that change.
In a tough economy, there are a lot of business opportunities. Like my boss will always say that money has not left Nigeria.
No. As long as there's change in Nigeria.
Yes,
things are changing.
That there is money has not left this country. So you have to look for that gap and feel it and think. Your money will come out anyhow. Money is here. We don't have time. All time is gone.
Do we have any questions? It would have been nice to.
Yeah. So what we'll do is I'll give you the website again, and I'll give you a number so you could send in your questions there. Then we'll post it on the group and then have your question answered. So the website is www.activatorhq.com/903fm. www.activatorhq.com/903fm. When you get there, you will see a page that will tell you view channel, business strategy group, VOP 90.3 FM view channel. Click on the channel and then join it, follow it, and then join. You're going to see a book there, a book that you're going to get for free, Business Opportunity in a Tough Economy, how you could explore all of this business, how to find a good business idea in Nigeria. So you download the book there for free. And also the number for you to send your questions, if you have, let me give you the number now. So send your questions now, and then we'll answer it on that group. So the number is 080-2249-3182. 080-2249-3182. So we'll answer the questions on the channel. Thank you very much, sir, for coming on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Our time is up. Keep it here. Do not change the dial. Coming up next is Area Matter. We are the voice of the people, 90.3 FM.